Hey folks, and welcome to TK Power Sports. This is the 2024 Yamaha Wolverine X2 1000. Yes, Yamaha took that 1000cc power plant out of the new RMAX and they brought it here to the Wolverine X2. The reason? Essentially to save you a couple of bucks. So in this video, we're going to go over all the features and then we'll talk about, should this machine really exist? Is it offering enough value? Let's jump into it right now. Let's start off the top with the important numbers. So overall length here comes in at 114.9 inches. Width is at 62.2 inches, while overall height measures in at 74.8 inches. The wheelbase is a rather short 82.7 inches, while ground clearance is listed at 12.5 inches. Finally, fuel capacity comes in at 9.2 gallons, while the wet weight on this model, which means the weight with all the fluids included, is 1,760 pounds. The model we have received to test is the Wolverine X2 1000 SE, or Special Edition. Now, this is one interesting difference. Here in Canada, it's called Special Edition. In the United States, this is known as the XTR model. They are identical, it's just a difference in branding and what we call them. But here, this is the SE. So, this is top of the line. What do you get when you step up to the SE? First of all, you'll see right up front there, you are getting a worn winch, which is included in the package, which is nice. And then it's really about styling. It's about these graphics, those really gorgeous gold wheels, and the tires. This is a set of 28-inch Maxxis Bighorn tires, and you're going to find these all the way around. Now behind them, we have suspension from ZF. You do have remote reservoirs on this suspension, and actually one of the real key numbers, I think, on this unit is the suspension travel. So up here in the front, you have just under 9 inches of travel, while in the back you have just over 9 inches of travel. And why is that interesting? Well, essentially when this model came out, I feel like customers were saying, listen, it's pretty good, but we want more suspension travel. We want to be able to hit obstacles at higher speeds. Hence now we have the RMAX. The Yamaha went back to the drawing board. They brought out that RMAX with more power and more suspension. So those numbers is really what's going to set the ride apart from a Wolverine X2 compared to the larger RMAX model. Now, as we go back, I mentioned the graphics. We'll do the interior in just a little bit, but here's the other sort of key feature on the Wolverine X2. It's the fact that you're still getting a dump bed back here. I might as well open up that tailgate. So you get the nice tailgate, and I'll show you how it dumps. There's a little handle right up here. You only have to be on one side of the unit, and it dumps. This is so key in this recreation utility segment because you don't want to lose this functionality. You still want to be able to do some work, haul things in your bed, but then still go out and have fun on the trail. Now here is the heart of the beast. That's a 999cc liquid-cooled 4-stroke engine making just over 100 horsepower. And what I noticed right away is just how far forward this engine is tucked. Sometimes you open up this bed and the engine's much further back over the axle. This is very much a mid-engine unit because you can just see, yeah, the weight distribution has really been pushed forward. I mentioned working with this thing. Well, how hard can it work? The bed capacity back here is 600 pounds, and I do appreciate a bed that has D-rings. They are down here in the corners, so you can tie things down. Yamaha is also giving you these indents in the walls. This is for cutting your own lumber dividers, so you can actually divide this bed quite a bit too and have different setups back here. Again, nice to have that flexibility. So yes, 600 pounds rated on your bed, and then down below you are getting a full 2-inch hitch receiver, and this unit can tow 2,000 pounds. Now you saw the engine access in the back. Well, let me show you what's up front here, because the access is quite good, easy. Also, someone's had a lot of fun with this unit already. Look how muddy it is, and that wasn't even me that made it muddy. So here's your air breather right there. So again, you know exactly how deep you can sink this thing, plus you can change out your air filter. You're getting access to all your fuses over here, plus You getting little pigtails like this guy, so if you want to add some accessories, it's already pre-wired. There's access to your coolant right there, and then of course your battery over on this side. So this is really all of the necessary systems you have to get to do maintenance. And yes, I always appreciate a machine where it's easy to get into this stuff. All you gotta do is take the hood off and you're good to go. And then you just pop these tabs back in the front, close these guys, and you're back on the trail. So yeah, nice easy access to all of those necessary systems. Let's hop in now. So first of all, we do get nice hard half doors here, and then only interior door handles. This is a bit of a Yamaha thing. They put them on the inside because on the outside, they end up getting covered in mud or whatever else you're running in. If you just leave it on the inside, it stays clean. Now, before I climb in, I will show you, you do have a few inches of adjustability here on your seat. And you can also adjust your steering wheel quite a few inches as well. So I stand at 6'2", just over 300 pounds. I fit fine in here. My leg is not too bent or anything like that. I feel comfortable. My only complaint, and again, this is a Yamaha thing, is about this plastic guy right here. I have one over here on my arm. This is all about keeping your arms inside the unit. It kind of forces you to have this sort of tight arm driving style. On the one hand, I do understand the safety of it. On the other hand, for a wide guy, you're constantly elbowing this little plastic thing. So that can be a little annoying, yes, for those of us that are a bit bigger. Now looking in here, looking at my controls, we do have the gear shift down here. No park in the transmission, only a parking brake down here. Easy enough to use. And then on my left side, we have the other control knobs, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, and diff lock. And that is for the front diff lock. And then below it, you do have your light settings. Now, the one switch that is missing from our X2 today is the D mode switch. So those are the drive modes. You can see up here on the screen, it says D mode T. That is for trail mode. So there's 3 different D modes: crawl, trail, and sport. And really what those are doing is tailoring the throttle response. Now, on the Wolverine X2, the D mode switch is actually an accessory that we don't have. So when you don't get the switch, you're locked into trail mode. You cannot change it. And it's kind of silly because up here on the screen, you're always going to be looking at it. It's kind of laughing at you because you didn't get the switch. Now, if you do go and get the switch, then you can change between those 3 modes. And Yamaha actually has 4 blank cutouts down here, sort of next to the passenger, and then another 4 right up here on the dash. So you can choose a lot of different spots where you want to put that switch. And then if you add other accessories, well, yes, you have a load of different spots for your switches, so I like that too. Now, I do have the small sort of driver screen up here in the center. They don't put it on the steering wheel or on the steering column here on the X2. It's just over there. I do prefer it when it's directly ahead of you, although it's not that big a deal to just glance over. Now, when it comes to storage, I feel like it's pretty decent here in the Wolverine X2. You're getting 2 cup holders, fairly deep right there. A nice little cubby up here in front of the stick shift, another one down there. And then a deep cubby here, which is actually lit. You can see that little blue light in there, hopefully. So yes, at night, you're actually going to be able to see in there. And then, of course, a massive glove box. In our case, it's really muddy. I don't know how hard the last people were riding, but apparently pretty hard. But yes, huge glove box, plus this little separation over here. That's a good spot probably for a phone or something like that. And then finally, I do have a little center console. This one is not very deep whatsoever. You can see that, basically just my hand, and then another little slot here maybe for a phone. But still, nice to have all that storage, because you're always taking something with you, right? And then if you do slide the seat forward, you get a little bit of storage back behind the seat as well. So yeah, ergonomically, things feel good. I fit in here good. I appreciate the storage. I like here on our XTR model, our SE, we're getting this massive rear view mirror. I love having a mirror on my side-by-side, so I feel like that's necessary. And then also the standard roof up top, which is, yeah, important for keeping the weather off you, especially the sun on a hot day like today. So now you've seen the Wolverine X2 1000. Let me answer the last big question. What does it cost? Well, here in Canada, the special edition will sell for $25,000. In the United States, the XTR, and again, same model, different name, will sell for $20,000. Now, I think the more important point on the price is the difference from this machine up to the RMAX 1000. So if you are to buy a fully loaded RMAX, which is comparable to this, It's a $6,000 difference in both Canada and the States. And to me, that's a really good number. If you want to save that $6,000 and go for this unit, you're getting the same tow rating, you're getting the same utility out of it essentially. So if you're looking to work with it, yeah, you're not giving up anything. Really what you're giving up is some of the off-road capability, because you're getting almost double the suspension travel in an R-Max and some bigger tires down there. So if trail riding is your absolute priority and you need that maximum performance, step up to the R-Max. But for a lot of folks, these machines are more about the utility, more about just tooling around a farm or a wood lot and doing some work. And for those people, the opportunity to save $6,000, get the Wolverine X2 here, and still get all that utility, I think is really smart positioning by Yamaha. So yes, I asked the question off the top, should this model even exist? I absolutely think it should, because it's always nice when a brand looks at something and says, you know what, we can pack more value into that, and that's exactly what they've done here. So folks, that is the end of this one. Now, of course, I need to hear from you. What do you think about the Wolverine X2 1000? Was this a smart move by Yamaha to bring this engine into this body style? Let me know. Hey, are you an owner or an R-Max owner? Please share your experiences. I am curious. And yes, don't worry, folks. This was just the initial walk around. We're going to get this thing out on the trail really soon and do a full trail ride review. So make sure you go below, leave a comment, hit like, hit subscribe, hit join to become a member, and then come right back here to TK Power Sports to see us put this Wolverine X2 1000 to the test. Thanks, folks.